Keep watching to see how I turn the most random business idea ever into full brand identity in just 1 hour. Alexa, set timer for 1 hour.
1 hour, starting now.
So I've literally got an hour to do a full branding concept. That includes logo, brand identity and packaging design. Now for this one, I asked my boyfriend for a random business idea and here it is. Now, when he first said this, I thought, yeah, sounds like a really good idea, and I've already thought of a business name. So, protein tea company. So basically a cup of tea for anyone that wants more protein. Ideally, I imagine it's based at gym goers and people who like to work out. So when I first thought of this and when I saw the message, the first thing I thought of was the name. So, and I feel like it's a pretty easy one and I'd love to know if anyone else has thought of this as I've said it. So, pro tea. So obviously I play on the word protein, tea, and it's a tea for pros. Now, when I thought about this, I thought, why has this not already been done? As I feel like it is quite a good concept, as I love a cup of tea. I've even got one here for the video. And obviously everyone wants protein and it's in literally everything at the moment. So maybe there is one out already, I don't know. But I'm going to get right into it now. I'm going to start recording my screen and we've literally got an hour to come up with a concept. So the first thing we're going to do, as always, is go to Pinterest for some inspiration and ideas. Now, I'm going to be, when going into this brand identity, the main thing I'm going to focus on is, of course, the packaging, as that obviously shows the tea in its glory. So we're going to look at some packaging design first, then we'll kind of think about the colours and whole target audience, how we want it to look and stuff like that. Just our first initial thoughts, I feel like I want it to be quite bold. Let's just do a new board here. I want it to be quite bold. Obviously it's aimed at gym goers, quite modern. Don't want it old fashioned like English tea or anything like that. And yeah, in terms of flavours and stuff as well, I'm probably thinking quite fruity flavours, maybe strawberry, lemon, maybe raspberry, stuff like that. So I'm just gonna scroll Pinterest now and get a few ideas together and I'll talk you through them as and when I see them. I do quite like this stripe idea, but again I feel like it's quite old in terms of traditional tea. I feel like really I should be looking at can designs. Not like it's going to be in a can, but I feel like it's a lot more modern. You'll get a lot more modern designs. Even the stuff at the top there's quite nice. Stuff like this, that's nice. The typography, I feel like typography might be a big thing in this, as I don't want to do too much illustration, as we know from the last one, it takes time to do illustration, and I feel like I rush it, and I feel like I'm going to concentrate on like pattern, typography and colours, maybe a bit of illustration, and if I do illustration it will be on the my laptop rather than Procreate. Like that, I don't really like it, so we won't be saving that one. And the reason why I've decided to look at can designs instead of tea designs is just because, as I mentioned, I feel like there's a lot more cooler inspo ideas out there. So in terms of colour palette, I think we're going to go quite bold. So we're going to look at contrasting colours. So I'm thinking maybe like black as one of the main font colours. And then that's quite nice actually. That one's nice, I like that. And that. Now let's look at some cool fonts. We're actually going to look at Adobe fonts, as I've got easy access to them, and it'll be just easier in terms of license and stuff like that for this video. This is nice, this sort of thing. And I'm actually going to show a trick in this video as to, if you see a nice font, you can actually search it in Adobe and get one that's similar, so that'd be cool. I feel like I might even use stock photos on this as well. I quite like all that there, so we'll get to that in a minute. So let's look at what we've got on this mood board. We'll do a mood board and then we'll work on the logo and then we'll go from there. But yeah, the idea is, I think I'm gonna basically do the logo and then almost do the packaging design first and then do mock-ups as well. So all of this is really, really nice. So let's just copy and paste a few of these into Illustrator so I can see them a bit clearer. What we're going to do firstly is using my trick of seeing if we can get a font similar to this. So what I've done is I've screenshot it and then I'm going to look at what fonts are similar to this within Adobe. And this will save me so much time, as I don't know about you, but I'm one of those designers that will literally spend ages looking at typography and then I still don't like it at the end. So I've got to make sure it's all selected, as it's just got a little bit there. So it's now kind of filtering fonts that are similar to this. And it's, to be honest, this isn't a good example as it's not picked up the individual letters in terms of, it doesn't recognise that it says gimme. Now I quite like that Copal. We've already got that one downloaded. I like that one as well. And what I am going to do here is just screenshot these names, as sometimes I forget what they're called when I'm looking for them, and then ends up being a little bit of a headache. I think we're going to go with them too. So let me just paste what I've just screenshot. So we can remember them font names. So as mentioned, I've already got a brand name, which is good. And we're going to just do it all on the same artboard. So Pro T. There might be something I'll already name this out there. I feel like it's too much of a good option for it not to be out there. So I actually love that already. So what we're going to do is, let's just see what the other one looks like before I jump right in. What's that? we're going to go with that. We're not going to spend too much time on the logo, as shocking as that sounds, as I want to dive right into the packaging. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 45 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
Now, we're going to do this a bit backwards, and we're basically going to find a mock-up that we really like and then get the size in and go from there, because it's just going to save so much time. So we know it's going to be a tea box and when it's going to be tea bag. So we're just going to Google mock-up tea box, see if anything comes up, and then if not, we'll look at doing like a normal box, and we'll just turn it into a tea box. Do you know what I might do? I'm going to go backwards on this. I'm not going to do a mock-up. I'm going to do a design and then use Firefly. As discussed before, the flavours, strawberry is going to be one of them. So we're going to get some inspiration now on Pinterest of strawberries, and then we're going to literally recreate them, well, not the same, but we're going to recreate some sort of idea in Illustrator. These are quite nice. I feel like we'll go for this kind of vibe, quite messy in terms of, you know, it's a strawberry but it's not perfect. So the way I'm going to do this is use that there for reference, and we're just going to draw it. Now, one thing about me is that I find it difficult to draw something if I've not got it in front of me, so hence why I've got that inspo image there. Cool. Right, we're gonna duplicate that, expand it so that we can just plop it anywhere, group it. And then my idea for this is I'm going to do a bit of a pattern with it, but almost so you don't know that it's a strawberry, hence why I've done it quite rough. Now, one thing we need to think about is like what our USPs are going to be and what word text we need on this packaging. How much is good protein? Now, let's just look at some protein products. Let's go with 20 grams. 20 grams protein. Now, that font we used before, or we liked before, I should say, that one, we're going to use it as the body font. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 33 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
So we're just over halfway. Just under halfway, sorry. So we're not doing bad, considering. We've got somewhat. No, that's too bold. Now let's go back to our tea packaging, just so we can see exactly what people put on there in terms of layout and stuff like that, information. Let's duplicate this, and then once we've kind of got a layout that we're happy with, it'll be so much easier in terms of other flavours. Hopefully we can do other flavours, we can do a collection for this video. Just trying to decide on what colour to do the logo. Like, I feel like black sometimes looks so good as it's such a dominant colour. To be fair, I don't dislike that. Like, I'm not looking at that thinking I don't like it. Let's see what else people put on the packaging. A lot of people do keep it simple in terms of information. Obviously, I spoke before about USPs, so obviously we've got the protein on there. I actually like that. I do like it. Now I'm looking at it again, I do like it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick with that style, and we're going to do another flavour now. So we've got a collection, and then once we've done that, we'll kind of get everything together and go from there. So let's pop that on there. I feel like I want to do like maybe a blueberry one. Blueberry tea, is that even a thing? I don't know, but we're going to try it anyway. We're going to park them over there, just so we can go back to them. Like that black there, I don't know if it's good or bad. Honestly, I feel like I keep changing if this is in capitals or not. Usually I do illustrations like this on my iPad, but I thought for ease today I'd just use Illustrator. There is one thing I'm going to try with this in a second, and it's quite cool. Hopefully it'll work. Right, and now we're going to recolour these and just see if make sure previews on. Just see if we can make them a bit bolder. I already prefer that. So let's have a little play around with this. I actually like the colour it was, so let's stick with that. So blueberry, flavoured tea bags, 20 grams of protein. Now, what do we think of this colour here? Do we change that to black? Or just off black, or do we keep it that colour? I actually think black, believe it or not. I didn't think I'd like that, but that looks okay. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 16 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
So in 45 minutes, we've got the logo, we've got colour palette, we've got an example of packaging, we've got illustrations, which just goes to show how easy and quick you can actually do a project. Like, I could easily stop now and this would look like a full-blown project, which isn't a bad thing. So what we're going to do now is start to put it in a bit of an artboard so we can see everything together, and then we'll do mock-ups, which I think will be fun. So we're just going to come up with our own prompt and just kind of see what Firefly puts together for us. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 11 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
So we've got 11 minutes just to do some mock-ups and bring the branding together. It's always quite interesting to see what it comes up with as well, so we'll just see. You can add reference images as well, so we're just going to see what we can find on Pinterest super quick. So whilst that's generating, we'll go back to our boards and just see what we've got so far. So we're going to do some little colour palette for our brand. Now, if you've not used this feature before on Adobe Illustrator, then you are missing out. So basically I've got my colours there. I'm going to go to colour. No, we're not. We're going to go to swatches. And then new group. And then it selects all them colours that I've just selected. And then we're going to click on create swatch info. Create. And then, as if by magic, it's created them for me. and then we're going to see what Firefly's done. Still loading apparently. Sometimes it does do this, so we're going to stay on the page. We don't want to risk that. Right, we'll refresh it again in a second and hope for the best. So one thing we've not touched on this little document here is obviously the typography. So as mentioned before, I have used Adobe fonts for this. So one of the fonts I've used is Killer Lips. So this would be the main font, and for example, if you had more print materials or a website or anything, you'd most likely use this one as your heading font. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have 5 minutes left on your 1 hour timer.
So ideally I would have liked to have more mock-ups done at this point, but as you can see, Firefly's been quite slow. So hopefully it's done. We'll see in a second. Do that white text. Right, let's see. So it's still not done it. So we're going to refresh the page, hope that it just shows it. I feel like it's having a meltdown, which isn't good for me because I'll have a meltdown if it doesn't work. As I said, this might have been a bit easier if I just found a mock-up and inserted it, but I kind of wanted something quick, and as you can see, it's not been very quick. So what we're going to do now is, just in case we can't get them mock-ups done, we'll insert our work. So let's expand the appearance. Group. I feel like for an hour's work we've not done too bad here. This can definitely be expanded on. So we'll just rename the outwords. Works. Alexa, how long left?
You have 3 minutes and 10 seconds left on your 1 hour timer.
3 minutes. Let's hope Firefly's done good otherwise. We've not got any mock-ups. Also, slight disclaimer, if you are watching this and you are a client or potential, or you're looking just because you want to know how a branding thing works, a lot more is usually gone into a project like this. You'd do the research, you'd look at competitors, you'd spend more than an hour doing these designs, put it that way. But I feel like this is just a good challenge just to get more creative. So, right, so this still hasn't worked, which I'm really sad about. Hopefully it's going to load if I refresh it. Now we've got like literally 2 minutes left. I can see it on the countdown there. Hopefully we got a mock-up by the time that I'm like, oh, it's done it, it's done it, it's done it, it's done it, it's done it. Right, I love it. Right, perfect. And now it's not letting me sign in. Right, for the sake of this, because its timer's going to go off in a minute, I'm going to screenshot it for now and then I'll download it. But yes, we have got a mock-up. Hopefully we can get this placed in before that alarm goes off. Ooh. There we are. Hopefully I can run through this before it goes off. So for this brief, we've got a logo, 2 variations there, Pro T, we've got 2 patterns, we've got colour palette, typography, packaging 1, packaging 2, and a packaging mock-up as well, which looks so good. I'm so happy with it, and we've done it in all under an hour. Now that Alexa is going to go off any minute now. I'm really happy with this, and it can be expanded. Like, as I say, this is a rushed project and it is just a challenge, but it just goes to show what you can actually do when you put your mind to it. And to be honest with you, if I saw this in a supermarket, I would most likely buy it. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. As you can see, it's done the side packaging as well. If this was a full project and I had more time, I'd do more information on the back. I'd do a bit more detail, I'd do more flavours, I'd do more mock-ups, and I'd also look at the other logo variations as well. So now we just wait for Alexa to go off and that project is complete. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas on the next 1 hour project. Now let's see how long we've got left. Alexa, how long left on timer?
You have less than 10 seconds left on your 1 hour timer.
Alexa, turn timer off. And there we have it, Alexa has gone off and I've got a full branding project done in just an hour.